Hi there, it's Caroline, and today I'm going to make a pop-up 3D card from Art Impressions. It's called Glamour Pop-Ups, and this is so cute. It's going to be such a surprise for anybody that gets it. Now, the die itself has the folding mechanism built in, and also it comes with a stamp, so that just makes it easy. And this is how I store them using the vent magnetic things from Home Depot. I split them and then put them all in a plastic envelope. That's how I store most of my stamps. And I'm also going to be using this old paper pad. I got it probably, Hobby Lobby or Michael's many years ago. And I split a piece of cardstock in half. And I just really love the fun shape of those hearts. So have my Misty here. And since we're going to be, I'm going to be paper piecing her jacket on. And so I don't need to stamp the full impression of her head. So I'm just going to position her body on this piece of cardstock down on my Misty. And here's the surprise. My husband yesterday made me a homemade Baren. And what that is basically a pressing tool for your stamping. And it's so you don't have to use a cloth or really push your fingers or palms of your hand into the cover of the Misty or your stamping platform. A doorknob, piece of block, and some furniture felt. And just stay tuned, and at the end of this video I will list all these items again for you. So I'm using some VersaFine ink here, and it's not going to give me a really deep or dark impression because there's glitter on this cardstock. I'm not worried about that since I'm going to be fussy cutting it. I've already stamped my images in Memento ink on some other 110-pound Copic friendly cardstock. Yeah, there I flashed those different items for you, but stay tuned and you'll get them again. So I'm going to use it again. It's not a lot of pressure, but it does give equal weight for your stamping. And I'm just excited to have this. I saw different versions of it on different stamping sites, so I just asked him to make me one also. So I'm going to speed up the fussy cutting on her jacket. And as you see, the impression, it's not too heavy, but I'm not worried about that. The thing about fussy cutting is the cardstock moves and the scissors barely move. You do want some detail cutting scissors, and these are the Tim Holtz ones that do the job with the very fine serrated edges, but you're pushing the cardstock into the scissors. And then really that's what does the work for you. And you just move the scissors very little when you're fussy cutting. Now I am making 6 different Glamour pop-ups. If I do one, I do several. And I'm making 3 Valentine and 3 basically birthday cards because this is just so cute. I'm going to be doing some very basic Copic coloring or alcohol marker coloring. I have several different kinds here. Artist Loft, Copic, different ones. I do not have to have all of one brand to get the job done. when somebody receives a card like this, they are not worried about the blending and what brand you used to make a card. They're just looking at the wow factor, and that's what I'm all about. Like I said, pretty basic. So, like I said, I was making 6 of these cards, 3 Valentine and 3 like springtime jackets. And I've already put away all my Christmas card making stuff. I put it away in separate containers, high on a shelf, and I get it out probably the beginning of November to start thinking about what I want to do and hoping I won't buy too much more so that I have such a hard decision on what cards to make for Christmas or whatever. So I've matched one of her hearts. I mean, one of the hearts in the cardstock that goes on her jacket to a marker, kind of this rose color, which I'm now coloring the fur. It's a pretty good match, you'll see. And if you have seen any of my videos, you'll see that my hair is pretty well blended salt and peppery, and I'm real happy with it. I wear it short. I've gotten a lot of compliments on it. It's just no fuss, and of course that's why I made her, this little glamour gal, have some salt and pepper hair also, while she's sporting that animal print hat. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, which tells me you like it, and subscribe to my channel, and that would be awesome. So I'm going to be cutting her out of my Misty, and I've already kind of sized it up. If it didn't work, I was just going to pull out my Empress machine, but this does work. So you do have to cut out her jacket once, and then you also cut her out. But again, you fussy cutted her jacket, and this one is all in one cut. I'm just going to add one piece of yellow for a pop-up flower, which works easily. These dies are very thick. They remind me of a spellbinder die. They're not flimsy at all. I pretty much do tape down all my dies because it's just my luck that something would shift and it would slice off her finger and I'd have to start it all again. And for this mechanism to come out, you do have to, size it up so that it's equal on both sides. And it just works out. I mean, whoever engineers this stuff for art impressions, that's pretty amazing because it all works out so smoothly. Yep, it's a good fit. Okay, just bear with me while I run this through. At least I'm not doing it 5 more times for you. I mean, she just screams girlfriend. I just love her. Okay, so what's going to happen is I'm going to go to the YouTube channel, to the Art Impressions tutorial on folding these pop-ups. It really is easier because you will see the score lines on the back side of these pieces a lot easier. And if you can start working the fold lines so that it's really easy and natural, it really does make the card pop out easier. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm also going to glue her jacket on also. Okay, I have glued her jacket on, and I have worked those fold lines so that they bend pretty easily. And that's what you want. You want to wear those fibers out so that when you open the card, of course, she pops out. So there are these little V's folded in there. And as you can see, I'm just bending them up. And that is the popping mechanism. So it all folds together and then pops up. You want to give those a good squeeze so those bends are in the cardstock there. And it's really easy once you get the hang of it. And I mean, once you've done it one time, I mean, you'll be able to do all the rest, or I will for the other 5 cards I'm going to make. But first I'm going to make a card front. And I've used this Tim Holtz Sizzix die. And the hearts look just like the paper in her jacket, or the hearts in her jacket. So that's why I really thought this would be a good match. Again, using some cardstock that I had on hand in my stash. And I'm just going to use some clear glue and attach that to the front of this card. Nothing too bulky on the outside because the star of the show is our little Miss Glamour on the inside. Okay, so I've added some paper tape to her little pants, or the end of her jacket. And this is just some adhesive I got at the Dollar Tree. It is fantastic. It comes in 3 different sizes, 3 in a pack for $1. I use it all the time because it is strong. And so you're going to take the fold line of the card and basically have the middle of her straddle that fold line, so she is equal on both sides, and just press her down. And for me, I just had to give it several folds before she started laying down and following the pop out like she should, or acting like she should. There we go. I'm really happy with that. Okay, I'm going to finish. Oh, there we go. Here's the homemade Baren. And it's a dummy doorknob, which means it's not real. It's just for show that I got on Amazon. A wood block from I think it's a 3x3 unmounted stamp that I had. Just stuck it in the microwave and took that rubber stamp right off. And then also a furniture pad that was sticky on one side, and my husband just put it all together for me. It was very easy. So I'm using some of that cardstock on the front, and I've added some punches on the inside, a heart, and then that love punch, both from EK's Success. Had those a while too. And I'm just popping up the sentiment, which I have embossed for the front. So I hope you like this video. I'm going to get busy on those other cards, and I'm happy to at least have made one Valentine card, and it's still January. See you next time. Thank you.